Hey everyone, Fletcher Ellingson here. Welcome back to Your Life Is Now, the program designed to reveal and discuss the unseen forces that influence your every thought, decision, and action. This is where we discuss and learn how to give up wishing and start actively creating the life of your dreams. It's where you and I get to be real, develop courage and compassion, where we learn to be a source of contribution and take 100% of responsibility for our life and have a ton of fun in the process. I want you to experience your own power and greatness, and together, you and I, we get to make this world a better place. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, welcome. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm so glad that we're in this conversation together. Today, I want to discuss a topic that is huge. In fact, it is fireworks exploding in the night huge. This is access to a new way of creating your life. It's an off-ramp from doing things the same way over and over and over again. This will make a difference. Today we're talking about your dreams and goals and why you hit some but not others. And specifically, we want to focus on what's happening that causes you to miss certain goals, okay? So this could be for your long-term or short-term dreams or goals, or both. Now, as you may have guessed, I'm a big believer in writing down goals, because if you don't write it down, it's just an ambiguous wish. When I make it a goal, I take specific actions to reach them. For instance, it had been a while. I hadn't run a triathlon for a few years. So I put it on my list of goals and began to take action towards it. And one of the first things I did was sign up for a race. I made a commitment because I know that commitment and accountability close the gap between intention and result. So one of my goals was to get in better fitness. I knew that if I was going to participate in the triathlon, then it would help me get to my overall goal of getting into good physical condition. You see, one of my standards for myself was to be able to be in good enough shape that I could go out at any time and complete an Olympic distance triathlon. And I had let that standard slip a bit. So I made it a goal, focused on it, got into action, and now I'm back to that standard, and it feels good. I had goals for vacations and finances and relationships and my business. I usually hit about 65 to 75% of the goals I set for myself. And I feel great about that because I set a lot of goals. I may have 40 some goals. Now, if I hit 65 to 75%, that leaves about 30 to 35% that I don't hit. And here's where things get interesting. What I like to do, and I think that has massive value, is to look at the goals that I don't hit and consider why those goals went unmet. What I like to ask myself about those goals, and I encourage you to ask, is the following. What was missing? What was missing in me and my actions or my beliefs that prevented me from hitting those goals? Now, for sure, there could be a plethora of reasons that were beyond your immediate control. For instance, maybe you don't hit your financial goals because you had to contend with an unexpected medical bill, or maybe you lost an important account, or maybe you found yourself unemployed. Maybe you didn't hit your fitness goals because of an injury, or maybe you didn't sell your house because the buyer's financing fell through. There may be real roadblocks that appear, but it's also very common to not hit your goals because of the unseen forces we talk about on this program. You may not hit them because of a disempowering belief system or standards that you've not realized that you've had. It may be because of excuses, such as not enough time, or perhaps you've simply given in to the forces of pain and pleasure. It became too hard. There wasn't enough immediate pleasure for you, or you simply may not have had strong enough whys. So what was missing for you to hit those goals? I know that for me, I simply don't make it a priority sometimes, and it usually comes down to pain and pleasure. It may require too much effort, too much discomfort, or I'm not crystal clear as to why I wrote down the goal in the first place, or how good it would feel when I accomplished it. So what's missing for you in regards to hitting your goals? The reason I want you to find out is because if you haven't hit those goals, it's likely they're going to reappear on your goal list again and again and again. For instance, if you're trying to lose those 20 pounds over and over, year after year, it's because something is missing. When you can identify what it is, then you'll have access to achieving the goal. And lazy is not the reason, okay? People are not lazy. They're just not inspired. So what's missing for many people is inspiration and motivation. But remember, long-term motivation comes from inspiration. When you're inspired, you'll find the motivation and begin creating momentum. We've talked about momentum in previous episodes, and I like to define momentum as belief-fueled, persistent actions. So what could be missing? Momentum, which is belief-fueled, persistent actions. What else could be missing? How about structure? What could be missing is accountability. What could be missing is a clear why or a clear plan of action, a target date. What could be missing is incentive. What could be missing is a regular review of your goals, right? Or what could be missing is asking for help. If you're in a rocky relationship right now and you write down a goal of improving that relationship, it's not likely you're going to hit it. But if you identify what is missing in the relationship, you'll have a better chance of creating an inspiring goal and hitting it. For instance, if you realize that your relationship is missing warmth, connection, clear communication, and intimacy, you can set a goal that says, I'm creating a relationship full of warmth, connection, clear communication, and intimacy. Much better and more clear than just improving my relationship. Now, you're not making a list of what was missing in the other person, rather, what was missing from you and the marriage. Get real. What was missing was openness. What was missing was listening. What was missing was professional help or personal development. What was missing was vulnerability or the willingness to admit fault. Do you see that when you identify what has been missing, you have instant access to what must be present in order to generate a new result? I want you to get this. This is huge. It's fireworks exploding in the night sky huge. This is access to a new way of creating your life. It's an off-ramp, like I said, from how you may have been doing things in the past, the same way over and over and over again. I want you to have a fulfilling life, a life that feels good. As I frequently say, you matter. You have something to offer your community. This world needs people like you who are willing to take on their life. All right, it's time to wrap this up. So do me a favor. If you found value in this video, please subscribe and hit the thumbs up and share it so that together we can make an even bigger difference. And now it's time to discover what's missing in your life and then get out there, get into action, get out there and be a source of kindness, be a source of contribution, make a difference for someone. You've got something to offer. So get out there, get into action. I believe in you.